Welcome to this exciting video where we explore the life and actions of Wilm Hosenfeld, a man whose name stands out in history for his humanity amidst the horrors of World War II. Hosenfeld, a German officer, is remembered not for his military role but for the acts of kindness and compassion that set him apart in a time of cruelty and war. His story, immortalized in the book and film The Pianist, continues to inspire those seeking humanity in dark times. In this video, we present 20 fascinating facts about his life, actions, and legacy. Join us on this journey through history. 1. Humble beginnings. Wilm Hosenfeld was born on May 2, 1895, in Mackenzell, a small village in the then German Empire. He came from a deeply religious Catholic family that valued faith, education, and compassion. From an early age, Wilm was raised with strong moral values that shaped his character. This upbringing prepared him to become a man of integrity, even in the most adverse circumstances. Growing up in a rural environment, he learned the value of hard work and empathy for others, traits that would later define him. 2. Experiences in World War I. Hosenfeld served in World War I as a German soldier, an experience that profoundly shaped his worldview. He witnessed firsthand the horrors of trench warfare, the emotional devastation of war, and the loss of his comrades. These experiences led him to reject senseless violence and develop a desire to protect human dignity. His time in the war left him with physical and emotional scars that made him reflect on the true cost of armed conflict, influencing his decisions during World War II. 3. Member of the Nazi Party. Although he joined the Nazi Party in 1935, he did so primarily out of obligation rather than ideological conviction. Party membership was almost a requirement for career advancement under Adolf Hitler's regime. However, Hosenfeld always harbored reservations about the regime's extreme policies. In his diaries, he expressed his horror at Nazi anti-Semitism and the atrocities committed in the party's name. His membership was more a means of survival than a sign of ideological alignment, setting him apart from many other members. 4. Assigned to Warsaw, Indiana. 1940, Hosenfeld was assigned to Warsaw, Poland, a city devastated by the German occupation. There, he witnessed the brutal treatment of the Jewish and Polish populations by the Nazi regime. This assignment was crucial to his personal transformation. As he observed daily injustices, his disgust with Nazi policies grew, leading him to take measures to help those who were suffering. Although he was a German officer, his actions in Warsaw reflected deep humanity and compassion for the victims of war. 5. An officer with humanity. Unlike many Nazi officers, Hosenfeld did not use his position to oppress but to protect. He leveraged his authority to intervene in situations where he could save lives, risking discovery and punishment. Hosenfeld was known among some Warsaw residents as a different officer, someone who saw people not through the lens of Nazi propaganda but as human beings deserving of respect and help. His humanity shone particularly in his interactions with the most vulnerable. 6. His connection with the Ladislaus Spillman. Hosenfeld's encounter with the Ladislaus Spillman, a Jewish pianist hiding in a ruined building, is one of the most iconic moments of his life. Not only did he provide Spillman with food, water, and shelter, but he also protected him for weeks, ensuring his survival until the war's end. This relationship is a testament to the impact a single act of kindness can have on someone's life. Despite orders to exterminate Jews, Hosenfeld chose to save a life, defying the system he served. 7. A revealing diary. Hosenfeld kept a diary throughout much of his life, documenting his thoughts, frustrations, and reflections on the war and the Nazi regime. This diary has become an invaluable resource for historians seeking to understand his mindset. In his writings, he openly condemned Nazi atrocities, expressed his pain for the victims, and reaffirmed his Christian faith as his moral compass. His diary reveals a deeply conflicted man, torn between his duties as an officer and his conscience as a human being. 8. Helping other persecuted people. In addition to Spillman, Hosenfeld helped numerous others, including Jewish families, prisoners of war, and members of the Polish resistance. He used his position to forge documents, provide shelter, and ensure the safety of those in danger. Some survivors recounted how Hosenfeld directly intervened to prevent deportations or executions, taking enormous risks in the process. His willingness to help was not limited to any specific group. To him, every human life had value. 9. A family at a distance. While stationed in Warsaw, Hosenfeld maintained regular correspondence with his wife Anne-Marie and their 5 children. These letters offer an intimate glimpse into his thoughts and emotions during the war. He wrote about his concerns for his children's future and his inner struggle to reconcile his military duties with his need to act justly. These letters also reflect his deep love for his family, who remained a source of strength amid uncertainty. 10. Prisoner of war. At the end of the war, Hosenfeld was captured by the Red Army and sent to a Soviet prisoner of war camp. Despite his record of humanitarian actions, he was treated like any other German officer. The harsh conditions of the camp, combined with the injustice of his imprisonment, marked his final years. Although many tried to testify on his behalf, their efforts could not change his fate. 11. Sentenced to forced labor. In 1950, Hosenfeld was sentenced to 25 years of forced labor by Soviet authorities, accused of war crimes, charges that did not reflect his true conduct. The conditions in the camps were inhumane, with long hours of physical labor and minimal sustenance. Despite these hardships, Hosenfeld maintained his faith and hope, writing letters filled with love and resilience to his family. 12. A tragic end. Wilm Hosenfeld died in 1952 in a Soviet prisoner of war camp. His death resulted from the harsh conditions and lack of adequate medical care. Although his family never stopped fighting for his release, their efforts came too late. His tragic end contrasts with the moral greatness of his actions, leaving a legacy that continues to resonate long after his passing. 13. Belated recognition. Decades after his death, Hosenfeld began to receive the recognition he deserved. The publication of The Pianist and subsequent research shed light on his heroic acts. His story went from obscurity to becoming an example of kindness in a time of cruelty. 14. Declared righteous among the nations. In 2007, Hosenfeld was recognized as righteous among the nations by Yad Vashem. This honor is awarded to those who risked their lives to save Jews during the Holocaust, and his inclusion on this list is a testament to his courage and compassion. 15. A complex figure. Hosenfeld represents the contradictions of humanity. Although he was part of the Nazi army, his actions demonstrate that individual choices can challenge even the most oppressive systems. He is a reminder that personal morality can prevail in any context. 16. His impact on Spillman's life was transformed by Hosenfeld's act of kindness. In his memoirs, Spillman described how Hosenfeld not only saved his life but also restored his faith in humanity. Their relationship is a testament to how one act can resonate through time. 17. A model of integrity. Hosenfeld remains an example of how to act with moral courage, even when circumstances are adverse. His willingness to challenge the norms of his time makes him an inspiring figure for those facing ethical dilemmas. 18. His story in popular culture. The film The Pianist helped bring Hosenfeld's story to a global audience. Through his portrayal in cinema, his legacy continues to inspire new generations. 19. A legacy of hope. Hosenfeld's life demonstrates that even in the darkest moments, there are those who choose to do good. His story remains a reminder that compassion and courage are stronger than hate. 20. An example for future generations. Hosenfeld's legacy is an invaluable lesson for the world. His actions show how individual courage can change lives and how humanity can prevail even in the worst circumstances. Conclusion. And so we conclude this journey through the life of Wilm Hosenfeld, a man who chose compassion in a time of cruelty. His story teaches us that even in the most difficult circumstances, individual choices can make a difference. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell for more historical content. Thank you for joining us in this reflection on the life of a true hero. See you next time.